Hello, I welcome you to this tutorial on how to write good final year project report thesis. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you exactly what your supervisor goes through when you first submit your draft. Also, I'll be going over how to reference things properly, how to do automatic table of content, as well as other things your supervisor go through. It's my hope and prayer that by watching this tutorial, following along, not just will you learn how to make better formatting, better technical reports, not only will you learn how to do better technical report, you also learn how to make table of contents and much more. Let's begin. So this is my students project, and first thing I always do is Control A, upper format, and you want to put it to Times New Roman size 12. Doing this will remove a lot of headache for you. Then immediately you want to put it to double line spacing. There is double line spacing. Wonderful. Now the first thing I'm saying with this, the title should be just continuous. I'm breaking for, okay. Wonderful. Then after the title is the name. So let me get this out of the way. Fine. Wonderful. Then, being the project submitted to department, faculty, impartial fulfillment of award of national diploma in ND. Wonderful. So, then the data here. Okay, the data here. Okay, so preferably just tab it. Tab. That's wonderful. So one thing we're taught about writing title page is that the title page should be a single page. But here, because of the multiple authors, it's breaking into multiple pages. So I can do this. Condense the multiple authors. In a project submitted to, it should also be a single line. Okay. I can as well reduce this. Wonderful. And now you're on a single page. Next, after this title page is the certification page. Good. Certification. Now, one thing I noticed right away is the margin. The margin is not well fixed. Also, the page number is badly done. How do you do that? You want to come to Insert, then page number, bottom of page. This is what we like to use. Wonderful. Now, you want to differentiate first page. What that does for you is this first page will not have a page number, which is exactly what we use in academics. Also, you want to format page number. You want to format page number so that it's not a 1, 2, 3, but I. Wonderful. Great. So I can click out and we're fine. To fix the margin, this is what you do. Control A. You want to go to Design, Page Layout, Margin, and just use the 11111 normal margin. That's it. You want to make sure your page is A4, which is there. Good. So we're progressing. This is to certify that. So this is a mistake I see with a lot of undergraduate. Instead of using the space bar, use the tab key. Tab key. Wonderful. Titled report, titled design prototyping of this for tricycle. Its original work carried by its matrix number this. Wonderful. Okay. Right here for this project, we have 2 supervisors. So the 2 should be listed. Yes, supervisor. technologist in charge. Want to write technologist in charge as well. Technologist in charge. Wonderful. Want to replace the name. So also the certification page should be a single page. And now I'm seeing lots of pages. So come to home, change to say 1.5. Let's see. Those pages up to paragraph. That one still do. 1.5. Okay, wonderful. We're progressing. Next to the third page, dedication. Now the dedication. Earlier on, I promised that I will show you how to do the automatic table of contents. Here is how you do the automatic table of contents. As you're making each page, you have to let Microsoft Word know that, oh, this is a topic. You do that by letting Microsoft Word know that this is a heading. So you copy and let's give it heading 1. Now the heading 1 is not looking good. So you want to right click and modify. Then first, I want it to be black. Our document is in size 12. I want it to be bold. I want it centrally placed and Times New Roman. Okay. Then double line spacing, which is fine. Okay. So now, not just does AutoCAD recognizes, not just does our Microsoft Word recognize that this is heading, this is a topic. It also applies some formatting to it. So when I come to the next dedication, just go to heading 1. So anytime you go here, you see this little arrow. It shows you that it's understanding. This work is for granting of knowledge and success through our journey and through our program. I always like it that when you dedicate to God, you just leave it as God. No need to dedicate to multiple. Then the next page, the acknowledgements. Just apply it in 1. And now that thing, we want to extend our deeper thanks to everyone who played a role to fruition. First and foremost, full stop. Okay. For their valuable advice. Oh, that's fine. Then okay. For his assistance and valuable feedback. Amen. Finally, so if you are using indentation style, you want to use it throughout. Also, one thing you notice here is this edge is kind of jagged. It's jagged. It's not straightly arranged. In a lot of institutions that they use upper side, that's what they use. However, in our institution, we like that part to be straight. So you want to justify the text. By justifying the text earlier on, it makes that edge smooth. So when you go back there now, you see it's smooth. Amen. Okay. So I won't read that because your acknowledgement is your acknowledgement. You can acknowledge anyone and anybody. Immediately after the acknowledgement should be the abstract. But since the project is not done yet, I still want to leave a page for abstracts. Did I get abstract? Yeah. So then for the abstract, after the abstract, then the table of contents. So for the abstract, I apply the 1 to the 2. Then the table of contents. Table of content. Okay. So what I've just used is Ctrl+Shift+Enter, which automatically gives you a page break. Table of contents, which should be centrally paste that as well. So here, how do we now insert an orthogonal table of contents? We want to come to references, then table of contents. Now, what I like to use is the custom table of contents. I don't want these dot dot dots. Then I don't want any two. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see how it goes. Right align the page numbers. Yes. Show page numbers. Yes. 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 Okay. And immediately you see it's displayed the table number. So as you add the heading for each of the chapters, it also do that. Another thing I see here is you see the page number here. For writing technical reports, there are two sections, the preliminary pages and the main pages. So you want to tell Microsoft Word that here is a different section, is a different place compared to where I'm coming from. So to do that, you want to go to Insert, then not Insert, page layout. You want to go to breaks and do section break next page. So now Microsoft Word recognize that this is a different section compared to where I'm coming from. But you see, the page number, the first page has disappeared, but it continues. How do I rectify that? You want to go back to Insert, page number, then format this time around. You want to start at 1 and the normal 1, 2, 3. Good. And now you see it's making sense. Isn't that wonderful? It is very wonderful. So you see that the first page is fine. Good. So introduction, I want to apply heading 1 to it as well. Heading 1. Then 1.0 background or story. Now, your chapter 1 should not have so many backgrounds. The first thing I'm doing is I'm just amalgamating all that's been written. Full configuration. I'm just amalgamating it so that what is important I keep, what is not, I just delete it. I don't need all this usage and application as well. Okay, so looking at it, it's exceeding an undergraduate level. For undergraduate, your introduction should be 1 page, maximum 1.5. Max of max 2 pages, followed by your aim of study or awesome. Aim of study. The aim of this project is so wonderful to design. And of course, this becomes your 2.2.1 objectives. Okay. So to make it come alive this way, you do 2.1.2 aim and objectives. Then 1.2.1 aim of study, 1.2.2. Now, whenever you have a list like you have here, you want to make an introduction to the list before you introduce the list. For example, you don't just say objectives 1, 2, 3. You want to say the objectives of this project work are, then you list. Also, we don't like using this Arabic numeral 1, 2, 3. We like using the Roman numerals. So I will select that and change. I want to select and change to Roman numeral. Wonderful. I'm still doing the formatting now before we get into actually reading through the content and see if it makes sense or not. So fine. Here, our chapter 2 can begin. So we're on page 4 already, which for an undergrad project, we should still be on page 2, max page 3. So let's read through. Tricycles or three wheels you have. How did this mean? Personal. Fine. I prefer this. Understanding development. The history of brake parts around the same time the first. Okay, one of the earliest this year. Okay, this is making sense now. As manufacturing, yes. So the tricycle wheels, pneumatic, okay, is arranged. Why do we have to have wheels first? Why not keep talking about the role the tricycles has played? In fact, we can even talk about the role the tricycles have played in Nigeria. Serve a broad range of users and function. For children are often first step, okay. Yeah, for people, they are commonly used in senior mobility devices in the commercial realm. What if we did something like this? We remove this and say in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, you want to populate this place. You want to populate it so that it has this block of text. One of the things your supervisor also look at is this. The number of lines for the sentences. If you look at this first paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next paragraph, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next paragraph, if you make it 5, your supervisor will frown at it. It should be a very close range. If one is 7, the next one should be 6 or 7 or 8. The next one that way. I hope you get it. So in Nigeria, you will add something to that. The objectives of this project look at this. Okay, let's go through the objective. To review existing suspension, okay. To design a suspension that minimizes vibration, yes. To develop a responsive and stable steering, suitable, wonderful. To design an efficient braking with improved stopping capability. To fabricate and test a prototype. Okay. One thing I would advise you is to not have many objectives, because if you have many objectives, all of your objectives will be justified in your chapter 4, result and discussion. So you don't want to do that. How do we add all this to our table of contents? So if I come here and I go to heading 1, you see it's in the middle, which is not what I want. So for this, I'll use heading 2. I'll create a new heading. Let's go ahead and modify. For this, still size 12 times New Roman, double line spacing, and it's bold. Okay, wonderful. Now it's on heading 2. So let's add these two on heading 2. This on heading 2. We need to do that right now before we proceed. This on heading 2. What else? Okay, these two should be on heading 2. And one of the advantage of using an automatic table of contents is it can always update for you. You just come here, update entire table. And voila, you see, there you are. Instead of just typing and retyping over and over again. Okay, so you see, very simple, very easy. We're reading through. So for this, your chapter 1, you add. And also for this paragraph, we want to remove maybe a line so that the paragraphs align. Study. Justification. The current generation lacks coordinated mechanical integration between these, leading to poor performance. Is this statement currently true? If you buy a TVS, it's very good. So does it? We bridge the gap by creating a unified system to enhance the safety. Okay, for now, let's skip it. As the project progresses, we modify. Then chapter 2, we want to basically do same thing. So for the formatting, you want to basically do the same thing. And as you work on, here is a mistake I see a lot of people make. They just save on it. This is what I advise my students to do. You go and save as. Once your editing is done, you go and save as. Then you want to save as. You want to save as version 2. So you want your topic, let's call it project V2. So the next one V3, like that. When you do that, one, you'll be able to monitor your progress. In case something happens to one of the versions, you can revert back to any version. It's very good. So this is where we'll be stopping today. In the next episode, we'll be going through the chapter 2, reviewing the chapter 2, and how do you get good citations. See you there.